Hello everyone, welcome to my channel hdorionn. We are studying accountancy for class 12th from T.S. Grewal's textbook 2023 edition. Accounting for partnership firms. Chapter 1, Accounting for partnership firms fundamentals. And in this video we will study questions related to adjustments for incorrect appropriations in the past or past adjustments. So let us see some questions from the textbook. Let us see question number 75. Manu and Shrishti are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. Following information is of the firm as on 31st March 2023. Here is a balance sheet given. To the liability side, capitals of both the partners, Manu rupees 3 lakh and Shrishti's capital rupees 1 lakh is given. To the asset side, there are drawings, Manu rupees 40,000 and Shrishti rupees 20,000, and other assets of rupees 3,40,000 is also given. Now the thing is that the drawings are debit balances and they are shown on the asset side. It means drawings are not transferred to capital account. Fine. So this is a different type of question in which drawings are separately shown. So you cannot say that the drawings have been subtracted from the capital. It is shown in the balance sheet as debit balances on the asset side. Fine. Profit for the year ended 31st March 2023 was rupees 50,000, which was divided in the agreed ratio, but interest at the rate of 5% per annum on capital and 6% per annum on drawings was inadvertently omitted. Adjust interest on drawings on an average basis for 6 months. Give the adjustment entry. So let us see the detailed explanation of it in the solution. So solution 75. For this we will prepare analysis table first, and in this analysis table we will first calculate opening capital balances of the partners, because the balance sheet is given and balance sheet is prepared on the last day of the financial year. So we will first calculate opening capital balance. So to start with, closing balance. Closing capitals are given in the balance sheet, that is 3 lakh rupees Manu and 1 lakh rupees Shrishti. Now in this we will subtract profit. Profit for the year, which is rupees 50,000, and it has been given to the partners in their profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2. So 30,000 rupees for Manu and 20,000 rupees for Shrishti, that we will deduct because it has already been added to the capital. Now treatment of drawings will not be shown here for calculation of opening capital balances, because drawings are shown in the balance sheet on the asset side. It means drawings have not been transferred to capital account, and therefore we cannot add back drawings here. So whatever we get here, this amount after subtracting, this is our opening capital. So this is the figure on which we have to charge interest on capital. Fine. Now we will analyze it. Let us say first correct distribution. In correct distribution, the firm was supposed to give interest on capital, interest on capitals, at the rate of 5% per annum, as suggested in the question. 5% per annum. So 2,70,000's 5% is rupees 13,500, and 80,000's 5% is rupees 4,000. Fine. Interest on capital was supposed to be given to the partners, but the firm has failed to provide this. At the same time, the firm has also failed to collect interest on drawings from the partners. So interest on drawings also, interest on drawings at the rate of 6% per annum for 6 months, because the rule is that when the date of drawings are not given, in that case interest will be calculated only for 6 months period. Here also the date when the drawings were made by the partners is not mentioned in the question. So at an average for 6 months interest on drawings will be calculated, and drawings are given in the balance sheet on the asset side. For Manu it is 40,000. 40,000 6% is 2,400, and half of which is 1,200. You see, you can 40,000 6%, and for 6 months it will be how much? 2,400 for Manu, and 20,000 is the drawings for Srishti. Here also 6%, and that also for 6 months average period, and it will be just half, that is 600. Here it is 1,200 because half we have done, so 1,200 and 600. Now by observation also you can calculate for Srishti, because the drawings amount is half for Srishti, so interest will also be half. So once you have calculated for the first partner, the second partner's is half. So that way you can save a little time also. Now when you add these two figures, add means you have to subtract it, because interest on capital is a payment to the partners and interest on drawings is a collection from the partners. So they are reverse in nature, and in profit and loss appropriation account, interest on capital is shown on the debit side, whereas interest on drawings are shown on the credit side. So they are reverse in nature, so they will cancel each other, and the amount here when you cancel it, it is 12,300 and rupees 3,400. Now one should understand here is that total of this, that is 15,700. This is the amount of profit which has been wrongly appropriated or allocated to the partners. So net profit is not given in the question, but we can know by solving this way, we can know that what is the amount of profit which has been wrongly distributed to the partners. This 15,700 out of total net profit, this was the amount to be given to the partners, but by mistake what we have done, wrong distribution, we have distributed this 15,700 in their profit sharing ratio, which is 3:2, without caring for interest on capital and interest on drawings. So when you split it, you get 9,420 and 6,280. So this, the same amount is to be compared. Now correct distribution and wrong distribution. When you do this, means A minus B, when you compare this, Manu was supposed to receive 12,300 and Manu got 9,420, means 2,880 rupees more positive figure is there, so the capital account will be credited. Here also we get the same amount, 2,880, but in negative. So whenever you get in negative, the capital accounts or current account in case is to be debited. Minus means debit and plus means credit. So we can pass the journal entry with this figure. So Srishti's capital account will be debited. With rupees 2,880, means Srishti's capital account is reduced, and to Manu, Manu's capital account, same figure 2,880 being adjustment entry done. Passed. Now current account will not be opened here because capital account is fluctuating in nature, and that is what we understand from the balance sheet given. Closing capital balances are there and current account is not mentioned. It means capital accounts are fluctuating, and the adjustment entry will be passed by opening capital account only, not current account. Now let us discuss the next question. Question number 76. On 31st March 2018, the balances in the capital accounts of Abir, Bobby and Vineet after making adjustments of profits and drawings were rupees 8 lakh, rupees 6 lakh and rupees 4 lakh respectively. Now, by reading this statement sentence, you can understand that these are the closing capital balances of the firm because it is on 31st of March and after making adjustments of profits and drawings. It means this is the closing capital balance. Fine. Subsequently, it was discovered that interest on capital and interest on drawings had been omitted. The partners were entitled to interest on capital at the rate of 10% per annum and were to be charged interest on drawings at the rate of 6% per annum. The drawings during the year were Abhir rupees 20,000 drawn at the end of each month, Bobby rupees 50,000 drawn at the beginning of every half year, and Vineet rupees 1 lakh drawn on 31st October 2017. The net profit for the year ended 31st March 2018 was rupees 1,50,000. The profit sharing ratio was 2:1. It means this 1,50,000 is given to the partners in their profit sharing ratio without caring for interest on capital and interest on drawings. Fine. So this profit is already here in the closing balances, capital balances. Pass necessary adjusting entry for the above adjustments in the books of the firm. Also show your workings clearly. So let us see the detailed explanation of it in the solution. So solution 76 we will see. In this we will first calculate close opening capital balance because the balances of capital which is given in the question is at the closing date. And in order to calculate interest on capital, we have to calculate opening capital balances first. Fine. So closing capital. Closing capitals of partners are as given in the question rupees 8 lakh, rupees 6 lakh and rupees 4 lakh. To this we will add drawings. Because it is closing capital, so drawings need to be added back to calculate opening capitals. And about drawings, it is said for Abhir that he has withdrawn 20,000 rupees. Yeah, I will write it here in detail. 20,000 rupees every month. So for 12 months. So Abhir's drawing is how much? Rupees 2,40,000. Whereas for Bobby, it is said that he has withdrawn rupees 50,000 per half year. So there are 2 half years. At the beginning of every half year, he has withdrawn rupees 50,000. So first drawings might be, first drawings is made on 1st of April and the second drawing is made on 1st of October. So 50,000 each. So it is 1 lakh rupees. And for the third partner, it is said that he has withdrawn only rupees 1 lakh once. And that also on 31st of October. You can read the question. So here his drawings are also rupees 1 lakh. So these are his drawings of the partners. And to this we will subtract profit. Because it is in the question it says that after adjustments of profits and drawings. So profits earned during the year is rupees 1,50,000, which has been given to the partners in the ratio, profit sharing ratio, that is 2:1, ignoring interest on capital and interest on drawings. So profit which has already been added to the capital need to be subtracted to calculate opening capital balances. That is 60,000, 60,000 and 30,000. So total profit of rupees 1,50,000 we have shown. It needs to be deducted from this. Now whatever you get is the opening capital balance. Opening capitals of partners is now, when you add these 3 figures, you get 9,80,000. And here you get 6,40,000. And here when you add, you get rupees 4,70,000. Now these are the balances on which we have to grant or we have to allow interest on capital to the partners. Now, so as per the partnership deed, correct distribution, when you talk about what was supposed to be given to the partners is first interest on capital. 10% of these balances. 10% means what? Delete the last digits and you get the 10%. That is 98,000, 64,000 and 47,000 rupees. These are interest on capital, which is paid to the partners by the firm. But interest on drawings are paid by the partners to the firm. Fine. Means the firm will collect interest on drawings. So they are reverse in nature. This is paid to the partners and this is paid from the partners to the firm. Fine. And here interest on drawings for, let us calculate for Abhir first. Fine. Let us calculate for Abhir. Abhir has withdrawn rupees 20,000 every month. So for 12 months. And rate of interest is 6% per annum. And this 20,000 is withdrawn on the last day of every month. You can read the question, and yeah, it is in third line in the second paragraph. The drawings during the year Abhir rupees 20,000 drawn at the end of each month. So what is the formula? What is the average period? It is 5.5 months. So this is the average period, which we already know. We have already discussed it when we were discussing interest on drawings, and it is for 5.5 months. So when you calculate here, you get rupees 6,600 as interest on drawings for Abhir. So interest on drawing is 6,600. Because it is reverse in nature, we will subtract it from interest on capital. Then the second partner, Bobby. Bobby has withdrawn 50,000 rupees every 6 months, and that also in the beginning of. So first 50,000 is withdrawn on 1st of April. On this 6% will be charged for the whole year. That is rupees 3,000. And the second 50,000 which Bobby has withdrawn, it is on 1st of October. That also for what's this 6%, but it is for 6 months. So it is half the amount. So this too is for Bobby. That is rupees 4,500. Fine. First 50,000 for the whole year, and the second 50,000 which is in the middle of the year, and therefore for 6 months it is half the amount, and it is total is 4,500. And for the last partner, Vineet. For Vineet has withdrawn rupees 1 lakh once in a year. So 6% will be awarded to him, but his drawings are on 31st of October. So from 31st of October to 31st of March, it is 5 months. Fine. Leave October, November, December, January, February and March. So for 5 months we will charge, and this amount is rupees 2,500. So when you subtract this, I will write it here. When you subtract these two figures, because this is all logged now, we cannot, that was for calculation of opening capital here only. When you subtract this, you get 91,400. Here you get 59,500. Here you get 44,500. Now total of this is rupees 1,95,400. It means out of the total profit, only 1,95,400 was misappropriated to the partners, and this is the right appropriation to them. But what we have done with this 1,95,400 is we have distributed this in their profit sharing ratio. So I'll make it B, wrong distribution. Wrong distribution of 1,95,400 in their profit sharing ratio, that is 2:2:1. So you get 78,160 for first two partners and 39,080 for the last partner. Now when you compare this, both the figures, these are the figures which they were actually supposed to receive. and by mistake they have received this figure. So when you subtract it, you get 13,240, and it is a positive figure, so it is to be credited. Or dena hai means we have to give more to them. And then second is 18,660, and this is a negative figure, and therefore the capital account is to be debited. And lastly 5,420, it is also a positive figure, so it is to be credited. Now these are the amounts which we actually get, but in the question the different amounts are given. So if you get the correct answer as given in the question, do inform me about this, because I tried a little here and there, but I found that believing or trusting the information given in the question, this could only be the answer. So we will pass journal entry for this. So journal Bobby's capital account, because capital accounts are fluctuating, and therefore 13,240, not 13,000, it is Bobby is 18,660 to Abhir's capital account, it is 13,240, and to Vineeth's capital, rupees 5,420, being adjustment entry passed. So this is the solution for the question. Now let us see question number 77. This question is also very similar to question number 76. Fine. The answer of question number 76 we could not get, but the same question with different amounts and percentages given here in question number 77, and let us see whether we get the answers or not. So on 31st of March 2014, the balances in the capital accounts of Saroj, Mahinder and Umar after making adjustments for profit and drawings etc. were rupees 80,000, rupees 60,000 and rupees 40,000 respectively. Subsequently, it was discovered that the interest on capital and drawings has been omitted. The profit for the year ended 31st March 2014 was rupees 80,000. During the year, Saroj and Mahinder each withdrew a sum of rupees 24,000 in equal installments in the end of each month, and Umar withdrew rupees 36,000. So here 2,000 rupees per month they have withdrawn. The first two partners, Saroj and Mahinder, 2,000 rupees for 12 months makes it 24,000, and that also at the end of each month. It means the average period is 5.5 months. Same like question number 76. And Umar has withdrawn rupees 36,000. The date of drawings here is not given in the question. It means at an average for 6 months we will charge interest on capital for Umar. Interest on drawings was to be charged at the rate of 5% per annum, and interest on capital was to be allowed at the rate of 10% per annum. The profit sharing ratio among the partners was 4:3:1. Show your workings clearly. Pass the necessary rectifying entry. So let us see the detailed explanation of it in the solution. So solution 77 we will see. From closing capital we will start to calculate opening capital balances of the partners, and as given in the question, it is 80,000 rupees for Saroj and 60,000 rupees for Mahinder and 40,000 rupees for Umar. Now to this we will add back drawings. Drawings are made by the partners, and the amount of drawings is 24,000 for Saroj, that is 2,000 rupees per month. Same is for Mahinder, but Umar has withdrawn rupees 36,000 lump sum, है ना, random. And we will add subtract profit for the year, which is given rupees 80,000, has already been given to the partners in their profit sharing ratio, which is 4:3:1. So 40,000 Saroj received, 30,000 Mahinder received, and 10,000 received by Umar. This we will subtract because it is added to the opening capital, so we have to subtract it to get the closing opening capital balance. Now when you add this, you get an amount which is our opening capitals. Of the firm. Here you get 64,000, here 54,000 and 66,000. Now these are the balances on which interest on capital is to be calculated. Now correct distribution. In correct distribution, we have to provide interest on capital to the partners. Interest on capitals at the rate of 10% per annum. Now as given in the question, you see point C. So 10% means delete the last digit and you get 10%. 6,400, 5,400 and 6,600 are interest on capital. And interest on drawings. Interest on drawings are 5% per annum. Now in order to calculate interest on drawings, we have to check the details because they have withdrawn on different time. Fine. For partner Saroj, let us calculate. Saroj has withdrawn rupees 2,000 per month and rate of interest is 5% and he has withdrawn at the end of every month, so at an average period of 5.5 months, and the amount is rupees 550. So interest on drawings for first partner is 550. Same is for Mahinder because they both have withdrawn the same amount. So we will write here 550. For Umar we will calculate. Umar has withdrawn rupees 36,000 and 5%, but date of drawings is not given. As a result, we have to charge for 6 months. So here the interest is rupees 900. Now we will subtract this to compare because because these are reverse in nature and therefore they will cancel each other. So you get the amount 5850 and then 4850 and here you get 5700. Now when you add this, it is 16,400. This is the amount which has been wrongly given to the partners. This is the right amount, this is the correct amount to be given to the partners, but by mistake the total of this, that is 16,400, has been wrongly given to the partners. So wrong distribution. Wrong distribution. This 16,400 is paid to the partners in their profit sharing ratio, that is 4:3:1. So when you break this amount, you get 8,200 is paid and 6,150 to the second partner and 2,050 to the third partner. So this way 16,400 has been dispersed to the partners. Now when you compare these two, A minus B, you get Saroj was supposed to receive 5850 and by mistake 8,200 is given to Saroj. So it is 2350 and this amount is in negative, so it is to be, capital account is to be reduced by debiting it. And here the difference amount is 1,300 and here also it is negative, so again it is to be debited. But here you see the difference is in positive, 3,650, which is the total of two negatives, and therefore Umar is to be paid 3,650, which will be contributed by Saroj and Mahinder by debiting their capital accounts, and the amount is also known to us now. So with this we will pass the journal entry. So Saroj's capital account. Saroj's capital account will be debited and by rupees 2350. Mahinder also debited. $1300 to Umar. To Umar's capital account, rupees 3650, being adjustment entry passed. So this way the question is to be solved. Now let us see question number 78, which is the last question on this topic. Capitals of Kajal, Naveen, Nirav and Alisha as on 31st March 2023 were rupees 90,000, rupees 3,30,000 and rupees 6,60,000 respectively. Profit of rupees 1,80,000 for the year ended 31st March 2023 was distributed in the ratio of 4:1:1 after allowing interest on capital at the rate of 10% per annum. During the year, each partner withdrew rupees 3,60,000 and the partnership deed was silent as to profit sharing ratio but provided for interest on capital at the rate of 12% per annum. Now here wrong interest on capital has been given to them. It is recommended 12% per annum but only 10% is awarded to them. First thing. Second thing, the partnership deed is silent about profit sharing ratio, but by mistake the firm has given the profit in the ratio 4:1:1. So pass the necessary adjustment entry showing the working clearly. Now here the closing capital balances are given, fine, and therefore we will have to calculate opening capital balances so that we can calculate the correct interest on capital on them. Let us see the detailed explanation of it in the solution. So solution 78 we will see, and for this we have to calculate opening capital because closing capital balances are given in the question. For Kajal it is 90,000 as given in the question, and Nirav it is 3,30,000 sorry, and 6,60,000. Fine, so we will add back drawings made during the year is rupees 3,60,000 each. So it is 3,60,000 for all the partners, and we will subtract or we will deduct profit of rupees 1,80,000 which was given to the partners in their in a wrong profit sharing ratio, that is 4:1:1. Fine. So when you break 1,80,000 in 4:1:1, it is 1,20,000, then 30,000 and again 30,000. Now this 1,80,000 is the remaining profit. It is distributable profit or final divisible profit to the partners. Fine. So now when you add this, you will get rupees 3,30,000, and here it is 6,60,000, and it is 9,90,000. Now this is the capital in which interest on capital is also added, because by mistake the firm has granted 10% interest on capital to the partners. So it is capital plus interest on capital, है ना? This is capital plus interest on capital, which is equal to 100% of capital plus 10% of interest on capital. So actually it is how much? It is 110% of opening capital. Fine. It is 110% of opening capital. So how much is interest on capital? That we have to deduct. Interest on capital, which is by mistake given 10% on opening capital, but total of it so when opening capital is 100%, interest on capital is 10%. It means this has to be 110% of opening capital. Opening capital, whatever is the opening capital, 10% of it has been provided to the partners as interest on capital. Fine. So this amount is 110% of opening capital. Fine. So from 110%, in order to get 10%, that is interest on capital, you just have to divide it by 11, because it is 110 and 10. What is the ratio you get? The ratio you get is 110 is to 10, that is equal to 11 is to 1. So you divide it by 11, you will get 1. Fine. So when you divide it by 11, it is 30,000 rupees. It is 60,000 rupees and it is 90,000 rupees. Because this has already been given to the partners, and therefore we need to deduct it to calculate the opening capital. Now you get opening capital 3 lakh. So now you can see clearly that 3 lakhs 10% is 30,000, 6 lakhs 10% is 60,000, and 9 lakhs 10% is 90,000. Now this is our opening capital. Based on this, correct interest on capital is to be calculated. Fine. This concept is very important. One should understand that whatever amount we have got before deducting interest on capital is 110% of opening capital. So from 110%, you can easily calculate 10% and 100%. Fine. Because the ratio is the relation is what? 110 is to 10. 110 is to 10. So 11 is to 1. So when it is 11, in order to get 1, that is interest on capital, you just divide it by 11, you will get interest on capital, and then deduct both the amounts, you will get opening capital balances. Fine. Now let us proceed. A, correct distribution. In correct distribution, we have to provide interest on capital at the rate of 12% per annum. Fine. 12% of 3 lakh is how much? 36,000. 12% of 6 lakh is 72,000. And 12% of 9 lakh is 108,000. Grand total of this is 2,16,000. Fine. That is 2,16,000. Now one thing one should understand is that here profit remaining after providing 10% interest on capital is how much? 1,80,000. And interest on capital wrongly provided to the firm is also 30,000 plus 60,000 plus 90,000 is again 1,80,000. Now when you add these two amount, this is our net profit, that is 3,60,000. 3,60,000 is our net profit for the year. Out of this 3,60,000, the firm by mistake has given 10% interest on capital, that is 1,80,000, and remaining 80,000 was given to the partners wrongly in the ratio 4:1:1. So in this way, when you add 1,80,000 plus 1,80,000, 3,60,000 is our net profit. But when we are correctly distributing, out of this 3,60,000, 2,16,000 is the correct interest on capital to the partners, and therefore remaining profit means 3,60,000 minus 2,16,000. That will be the remaining divisible profit now. Fine. And that amount is 1,44,000. When you subtract it, you see 3,60,000 minus 2,16,000, that is the remaining divisible profit. It will be given to the partners equally. This is the wrong profit sharing ratio. This is the correct profit sharing ratio, because the partnership deed is silent about profit sharing ratio, and therefore Partnership Act suggests that it should be equal. So now it is equal profit sharing ratio. So when 1,44,000 is divided among the partners, it is 48,000 rupees each. Just divide it by 3. By dividing it by 3, you get 48,000 rupees each. So as per correct distribution, Kajal was supposed to receive rupees 84,000 and 1,20,000 for Nirav and 1,56,000 for Alicia. So this way 3,60,000, that is the net profit of the firm, was supposed to be given to the partners. Fine, but wrongly what have we done? Let us see. Wrong distribution. Now I will close this, just calling it as A. Now as per wrong distribution, this 3,60,000 was given to the partners in which way? In two different ways. First is what? Interest on capital. Interest on capital at the rate of 10% per annum. That is that is rupees 30,000, as we have earlier calculated just 5 minutes before. 60,000 and 90,000. So first 1,80,000 was given in this way, and the remaining profit was distributed to the partners in their profit sharing ratio, which is 4:1:1. This is a wrong profit sharing ratio which the firm adopted, and it is 1,20,000, 30,000 and 30,000. So this way the second 1,80,000 was given to the partners. So 3,60,000 was wrongly distributed this way. So the partners have already received an amount which is 1,50,000 by partner Kajal, 90,000 by partner Nirav, and 1,20,000 by partner Alicia. This is B. So this is the correct amount which the partner should receive, and this is the wrong amount which the firm has given to the partners. Now we will compare A minus B. So we get a negative figure here, minus figure of rupees 66,000. 84,000 minus 1,50,000 is minus 66,000. It means we have to take 66,000 back from Kajal, and therefore Kajal's current account will, capital account will be debited. Whenever we get a negative amount, it is to be debited. Here 1,20,000 is the correct amount, whereas Nirav has received only 90,000. So 30,000 more we have to pay to Nirav. So increase the capital account by crediting it. Credit the capital account of Nirav. Same is the case for Alicia. Was supposed to receive 1,56,000 and got only 1,20,000. So 36,000 more we have to provide. So this is also to be credited. So taking 66,000 from Kajal's capital account and giving it to Nirav and Alicia, that will be our rectifying journal entry. Because capital account is fluctuating in nature, we will pass this rectifying journal entry by or through capital account, not current account. So Kajal's capital account, account debited 66,000 rupees to partner Nirav for rupees 30,000 and to Alicia rupees 36,000, being adjustment entry passed. So this way the question is to be solved and understood. We have to understand the question very well, and you should read the question precisely and understand it and remember it till you have finished the solution. Fine. If you practice this, you will become smart in remembering all the details of the question throughout your solution. Otherwise you will visit the question again and again, read the question again and again, and that's a waste of time. So you should practice to remember the question, the details and the information of the questions by reading it once. See the question again whenever there is a doubt. I am not saying that one should not read the question again, But one should always try to remember the details of the question in one reading. That will be very helpful to you to remember the question, solve the question within the stipulated time, within the correct time. That will help you in board exams also. I hope and I believe that you have understood the concept very well. And if you are having any doubt, then please put it in the comment section. Do not forget to like, subscribe and share the video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching this video.